Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's Worlds 2024 matchup.
To see who's going to be able to draw first blood in this series. HLE on the coveted blue side, so it does feel like they're the ones that really do have to draw first blood in this one.
And you can already see they're setting up for the lane swap, but I think this is smart from Hanwha also with the champion to spin.
Zeka already finding an angle onto this Rumble, not quite getting the stun, the heroic charge not quite working, and down to 100, but he'll walk out, no flash needed.
This is huge though, wait, they might keep going here.
Tanking.
All right, Zeka's just gonna dive underneath, doesn't find the chain, there's the headbutt for the kill. They have to throw the kitchen sink at it, Knight's gonna trade one back. Down. Oh God, the flash, they just trade places and he keeps walking.
Assumed you'd be able to inform us how Australian lanes operate around dragons and things like this. I was relying on you for
Well, I mean,
it's
just the opposite. It's just upside down, man. We're just the same as everyone else. Don't you worry. Our voices sound a bit weird, but that's about it. Okay, that's a flash pulverize. Headbutt comes back on to on. He's going to get knocked up. Zeka finds the chain, and he's got the Spirit Rush as well, so there should be no way out here for On. Zeka picks up the first one after our shenanigans in the level 1.
And that is
so...
so...
either back off or over-aggress when he has backup, but hey, Hanwha Life just called his bluff there and he gets caught. Now nice, might be the same.
Yeah, could be in a little bit of trouble. Does have everything up and available. There's the Spirit Rush, but has to invest the flash as well.
I mean, at the time right now, BLG's probably going to be able to get that Drake, but that's such a cheeky play by Peanut and Zeka. That was no ultimate...
for the semifinals, but they went 0-6 against this team that we're watching right now. So things don't make a whole lot of sense, but that should be 4 grubs going over to BLG. Will they make it out, or will they go for the team fight? That's the question. The teleport coming on in already. Knight is going to back up the rest of the team. Hanwha Life Esports taking control of the pit. Delight fumbling the engage a little bit. Magnus Storm comes through as Viper, trying to fight off Shun, but it's Zeka that picks up the first in the team fight. Shun down solo. Doran is leaving them on the floor, and there's the ultimate. Zeka says, you can be Vibe and I'll steal your ult, I'll just be better. Knight now just trying to escape, but everyone on HLE is chasing after them, and that is the team fight that won them the LCK.
It's incredibly difficult to lock him down in an area where BLG can actually manage to close the distance, especially with Peanut on this Poppy, but maybe Doran is the new target for Shun.
Yeah, if in doubt, gank Doran seems to be something that a lot of teams have caught on to as he's going to flash, looking to try and escape. This one gets underneath the turret. Now the Vault Breaker comes down. The Harpoon is going to skewer him. So there's one back for BLG.
Nice gank. And overall, smart play there by BLG.
And I think in a micro situation like that, Hanwha Life Esports aren't going to be too worried. Probably being able to pick up this Drake with all that positional advantage that they get, they're going to be very happy with.
Success not being linear, because he peaked so hard at the 2022 World Championship, winning Worlds, and then was not nearly as good as people expected him to be the next year in the LCK, but has continued to work on his game, was actually very successful in the AD carry meta this year, and I think today is a better player than he's ever been, despite actually having that world title in 2022. So I can't wait to see what the future holds for Zeka.
Yeah, I think the way that they sort of approached winning Worlds and what that meant for that DRX roster, I think they knew it was a miracle. As that's another charge.
Here's a play.
Doran looking to try and get out, does have the hop, gets over. There's a fadeaway. Decent ulti there from Peanut, just for the disengage, but a teleport going to be invested. Knight, this wave, and I don't think that anyone on HLE is going to be able to get over here. True Shot Barrage is, you know, a decent attempt, but it's not going to save it.
And this is where the power from Misfortune...
And that's amazing here for me for BLG. They almost cheat it. Normally when you make a play topside, you're trading it for Drake, but Peanut doesn't do any damage. So he can't actually take the Drake on his own, and now BLG has ran all the way back across, and they're going to look to contest this as well.
Yeah, been on a great flank angle here as Peanut finds himself alone. There's the flash out, but the follow comes through. Chain's going to connect there from Zeka, but Peanut, I think he's not long for the world, and there he goes. Doran, that Narbar is looking absolutely gorgeous, but the boomerang is not going to find the mark. Looking for the straggler there as On is just going to back away. Throws out the drill. Knight is at a third health.
That they've made it into a slight gold lead.
And I think this is why picks like the Ari, like the LeBlanc that we saw for Knight are so vital to this squad. It gives them that opportunity to try and play.
Big deal. Peanut's going to come on over and pick that one up. So some vision that's irremovable around this Dragon. That's going to be sole point for HLE if they can get it. And they are starting it up immediately. Been there though. Equalizer at the ready.
They have such good position right now on this Drake. BLG's going to have to hard force in. The Arya is on a flank though.
Yep, the Narbar is now in perfect position here for Doran though. BLG, can they actually stall this one out? That's going to be the question as Knight. He throws out the ultimate. The chains are going to miss. He's just dodging Zeka. That's going to be Peanut. He just says, goodbye, Mr. Jungler. I'm the one with the smite now, and he will be able to secure it. And Peanut was always just that guy that's been able to make this champion do some amazing stuff, but hasn't really been gravitating to it more recently. It's good to see it as there. Speaking of which, heroic charge, and there goes Knight. Blink and you'll miss it, and the Ahri is just dead. Now Shun's gonna face check it. Zeka that finds him, and he's just dashing around, making sure the enemy jungler cannot get into this Baron pit. And I think with just one pick, they'll be able to take this Baron after one ultimate takes them a dragon. Will we get another team fight? The answer might be no unless BLG find an angle here. There is a two-man Magnus Storm. They're off the Baron now as the bullet time does barely anything. Equalizer is gorgeous, but the Baron goes over to HLE, and I think that they should be able to disengage with just a little bit of stake left on the ground. As On, are you by yourself, buddy? He should be taken down. It's the ultimate from Peanut. Says, all right, we'll just take two of them. Set up the kills as Elk goes over the wall. Doran almost just dies as Zeka has to flash to get himself back into the Baron pit. And now I think that disengage that I was calling for, 20 minutes ago is going to happen.
What a brawl around this Baron! It is destroying BLG in this game.
Absolutely ridiculous stuff. Of course, just a bit of a reminder.
Because they found these small picks, but BLG has been able to secure so many minions and just passive gold that there's actually not a big lead here. They even cleared that wave pretty easily. 1/3 of the mid turret being down at 30 minutes. And
good reaction there from Peanut, but he's not going to be able to react to the charm. They managed to lock him down to the bullet time, getting a fair bit of value. But the pulverize is huge. Delight knocks up 3, and the rest of HLE will knock the rest down. Ben is told to leave. Viper chasing him out at night, and his top laner are the only ones left alive unless Viper has something to say about it. He gets underneath his turret and 1,000 gold. There is nothing in this at all, but it's now Ocean Soul on the table for HLE, and BLG do not want them to get it.
10,000 damage goes fast on that Drake. BLG has to rush this play.
Yep, Zeka on a flank angle now, clearing up vision RBLG. They are in the fog of war for the moment, but can they actually get here in time? Is Shun nowhere near the pit, and Peanut's going to be able to lock that one down. Now Zeka dives into the backline. Knight out of there with the Spirit Rush, but so is Zeka. They're able to take down the Horse Lady before the fight even really starts, and there is another 1-2. Shun's just taken down. The Rumble gets one, but it's Viper that's laying down the Mystic shots. He gets a double, but who cares? It's an ace for HLE.
BLG can't set up, and Hanwha are giving them a big old hug with all these melee champions.
What year is
BLG
it? Is it 2022 again? Like, I don't... Zeka hasn't been doing this all year.
Zeka Silas always arrives. You can't short sell Viper though. 606, 330 CS at 32 minutes on this Ezreal. The Baron buff is down. I don't think they can end it here, but my God, did they break this game open.
Certainly did. They break the base open as well. Mid lane out of turret will finally go down, but the inhibitor on the bottom side of the map as well. This does feel like a real gut punch from HLE for the first time this game.
And the last time we saw BLG go up against Doran, Peanut and Delight, they beat game 1.
In the draft. So even now going into game 2, you're not getting free information necessarily if that flex is going to come through. But now Baron back up on the table once again. And BLG looking to try and set up their 6,000 gold behind. And it's an Ocean Soul as well as Peanut. He comes out. There's another two-man bolt. There goes Knight. He just doesn't get to play the game here in game number 1. The bullet time actually getting some value, but they just sidestep it. Ben not allowed in, not allowed to do anything at all. That equalizer is still up and available from the Death Chamber. Is Doran somehow almost surviving? It is going to be the Gnar falling, but it's HLE that'll march towards the Nexus and look to close game 1.
The ace may not be clean, but the fight sure is from Hanwha. Beautiful flank, beautiful stuff, and a beautiful game 1.
HLE absolutely showing up.
And there is the first Nexus to go down in the series. Quite been the same story though. The bottom side of the map has been a little bit more up in the air, and it is going to be a purple combo here as the cow once again. Board are wondering whether Zeka is just in that world's form, right? That we learned about in 2022 and how dangerous it is. As now we're a bit distracted by Bin being caught out. The push away here from Peanut. And yes, the flash they picked up earlier, but is Doran going to survive? That's the question. The hyperproc comes down and Bin just walks it off. It's Peanut that has to flash now, and BLG just stand their ground.
Fight back against Hanwha and buy time for Shun to save him in that top lane play.
Kick a Bin.
Absolutely. And I thought that he was dead to rights. But there's a two-man pulverize here towards the bottom side of the map. Viper and On now doing battle. The Ignite to go down, sending a message there As the,
Doran.
the sidestep from Bin
That's
is
not good.
gorgeous. Shun's going to turn up. Doran knows that he's just dead. He misses the boomerang, doesn't get the auto. And oh dear, we've seen this Doran before, and it's not the positive one.
That was cooked. He wanted to try and make...
And Pino will get spotted out on this dragon as well, so... Oh, actually, I think they might go for the replay dive.
Oh dear,
they wanna
equalizer
end the
goes
game.
down. Doran gets flashed on as well. There's the permafrost, and he's just dead again. This whole wave also destroyed. And Doran is just not in this game
In
anymore.
this game entirely. A 1.1k gold lead for the Rumble.
That is actually game-ending if BLG can play this out. When that happens to your top laner, Peanut's trying to make a play, though.
Make his way down. Elk already having to flash here. Does have the blade caller. There's the heal as well. They've used everything. Knight is now rotating over. And they know they have to get out. Don't want to give him space
Play
for
out
that.
towards Viper, but I think it will be a case of hit 6, then use all these ultimates when they come back
Ari,
up.
though, so that might be the item that gives him confidence. But with Locket on the Sejuani, BLG is so strong right now.
Yep, teleport immediately coming back. The Rumble on the bottom side of the map is giving HLE some sort of confidence here. As On's going to get tagged. There's a headbutt pulverize. As Peanut not quite able to grab him, does head over towards Shun now. Pretty tanky. And now the charm comes in. There's the knock-up. They look to blow them up at Knight into the impale, but it does not matter. The damage had already happened. Peanut now in the back of this pit, just wanting to get out if he can. He's not going to be able to. Delight just hightails it out of there. And that should be 6 scrubs and a team fight win for BLG.
And HLE has made several really risky kind of panic plays to try and correct that differential, but it's just made things worse.
Well, now you can see Viper moving on over. There's a headbutt pulverize only onto Shun, though, hit by the charm, but now On, he gets his way in there. Knight looking to just return the favor onto Zeka. He's not allowed to play the game this time around. Ari's just not allowed to have fun. And BLG, they'll just grab
that.
That's
Was
a good
ridiculous. Ari is just dead this whole series.
Yep.
Whether you're dead against Poppy or whether you're dead against the Yone, not even allowed to play the
top
game.
side as well. You can see in the MasterCard lane economy snapshot just how much gold BLG is growing here.
Yeah, this is an absolute shellacking in
For me, by BLG this game, is the way that their aggression is measured.
Yeah.
They're still deathless, but they've controlled every objective, and as I say that,
Yeah,
they
Featherstorm
pull
is
off
going to
another
come
big
out.
play.
Yeah, that is going to be just a blade call that HLE are in any position to win, but I don't know whether there's going to be any of those.
But I think this tempered play is coming a lot through Shun. Question marks why he was brought back into the team, but against G2 he's showing up and now again.
Oh, the equalizer does go down, but Zeker is here to try and defend Doran. Still, it's just going to be a kill in the 2v1, and Ben's looking to scrap shield as well. It's Zeker that has to flash to pick it up, and now he may not even be safe. Knight and Shun making their way up to try and get revenge for their top laner, but it's already a 1-for-1. The ulti's going to connect now. It's in melee range. I don't think this Ari's going to have a very good time at all. Spear Rush comes out, but caught by the knock-up. Just ban Yone.
You cannot go up against Ben, but in the mid.
All right, Elk might be going down this time. No Featherstorm this time around, as there's the flash out of the blade core. They needed everything to kill him, but at least they get that.
So even if they lose this game, Viper's still incredible.
He's really good,
He's
yeah.
still able to do whatever he wants. He's going to have to execute here, and this is actually what it takes for HLE to get 2 kills. It's not even a positive play.
No.
They lost 3 people when all is said is done. They lost their inner tier 2.
Really feel like an item spike anymore. Zeka heading towards item number 2 as quickly as he possibly can. It's the light coming on over. Still haven't seen an honest 5v5 team fight just yet, and we may not for the rest of this game. There should be nothing to force BLG into doing it, as now headbutt pulverize. He's going to connect on to Elk. Blade Caller comes through. Delight with that ultimate running is looking okay, but there's the red carpet put down. Doran, can you get to the Mega Gnar? That's the question, but already the fight might just be over. The Gnar only won, even though he was surrounded, and it's Knight that collects another kill. 5-0-1.
And Max,
Yes.
there will be no honest fight. It can never be fair with this level of income inequality.
Yeah.
I think we've learned that from society, but it's definitely present in this game.
And the funny thing was, this is a very reminiscent of this Worlds last year when BLG played up against Gen G. Game 2 was very heavily BLG favor, but they want to change it here as Hanwha.
Well, Viper's flanking. I don't know whether that's a good thing, but maybe it's going to work out here. The killer instinct is exactly that, as Elk is going to go down first, but it's a trade of 80 carries. Into the back line of the Dragon Pit goes Shun, and now he's looking to try and lock down the cow. They've rebuilt the phalanx, the triple knock-up from Knight is absolutely gorgeous.
Okay.
They still managed to take him down though, and there's a wallop from Doran. The team fighting Nam may have actually found something here as Peanut is looking to push Bin away. The wallop is going to connect. What is happening? This should not be happening.
Hanwha saw no ultimates on BLG. They said, this is our moment. We need to go. And Hanwha find the perfect fight with seconds remaining on some of these ultimates.
Objective bounty collected.
Could have gone back with his E, but the charm into the door and knock around. But BLG, what
Baron.
Baron?
Okay, we're just going to do a Baron. I guess that whole fight from before is just not even real. And now with the purple...
Because you're right, the gold lead is probably bigger now
I think
than it was before the fight.
Especially with this inner turret going down. As you can see with our Rebel Baron power plate, that will extend to about 2K. 2.2, in fact, is now some defense of these inhibitor turrets is going to have to come on through. 4 members in the mid lane, though. I don't think they're saving that one as Knight is probably dead. The flash has to be used. There's a max range impale. It is going to be the turret going down. And so they still lose that. However, Hummerlife back on the map now.
Zeka TP'd in after killing a turret.
Don't know about that one. On the equalizer now, but the Spirit Rush is up and available, and he's able to dash his way out. That teleport as well. That both of these teams need Baron to get any sort of siege happening. We mentioned already that there's about 0 range, and so sieging these turrets ain't great. But there's a Pulverize onto 2. Featherstorm has to be used very, very early on, but Elk is still alive. The equalizer goes down. Not the most massive value, but that Blade Caller was gorgeous. The ulti to come through. The Impale is decent as well. And it's Viper that's now trying to pop off in this fight. Somehow, it's actually a 1-for-1, but Doran might be a bit more valuable than On.
The fact that Elk was able to get that Featherstorm off was crucial.
This is not going to be Soul, but Soul Point available for BLG if they are able to lock this one down. HLE setting up for a bit of a battle. Bin in that fog of war. They have control vision almost everywhere. Pulverize now on cooldown, unable to battle dance his way out of there. Peanut, can you actually get anything done? The Meganar coming on through. It's Shun that's able to lock down the smite, but can they win the battle? That's the question. As into the backline they go. There's the charm onto Zeka, and they blow up the Ari yet again. Another double Pulverize though is now on there to try and help. Shun trying to get out of there, and he should be able to do so. Top lane is doing better. Viper gets into the backline and just executes Shun. Bin is so strong though. Peanut could not stand up to him, and as we go back, it's Viper doing the Owen Wilson impression behind enemy lines, looking to keep himself alive.
It's the TP mid though. Knight and Bin are looking to end the game. Viper will die to On.
Yeah, done with the shenanigans. Done with the shenanigans indeed. And BLG, they'll be taking down these Nexus turrets. HLE were trying to make these fights close, but in the end, the wallets will descend, and BLG will bring us to an even series and a best of 3 for the semifinals.
BLG fight back. Giga Bin for me.
Hard to think, kind of just wait for the Zeri to be late game insurance.
Well, that is a Wukong. That is a lot of mid-game power in somewhat of a precarious position. Peanut going to be moving up as well. Delight looking for a bit of a crash down angle. Grand Entrance going to be getting a knockup. Good little interruption there as now On is in a bit of trouble. Viper trying to get these burst fires down, but Shun looking for him. Dash out, and it looks like Viper will be safe for the moment. The clone coming on through here as it's Peanut taking the majority of the damage. He might be able to get out of there. The extended range of that extendo beam out from Viper. Recently watching Battlestar Galactica, so I can confirm that it is very hard to tell them apart. Shun going to be taking the first dragon here. BLG going to be able to at least get that one. So a trade of neutrals here in this early game. Not going to be that monopoly that we saw in game number 2. A very different game is now the crash down onto On. He's going to be able to grand exit. Onto a ward, but it doesn't seem to matter as the big collapse here from HLE towards the top side going to be given up on for the minute.
But look at where the wave is. So Elk and On have to aggress here, and that just sets up.
If at first you don't succeed, go for another one here as On is going to look to turn this one around. There's the Paranoia diving right in on top as can they actually get a first blood? Goes over to Zeka, the extendo beam will be able to lock it down for Viper as well, and both carries walking away well. This particular item is already, he's utilizing it to destroy a dragon.
A little interesting that Knight actually pushed, recalled, deployed to potentially contest. Nar moved top so he could teleport down, and then they gave it away anyway because Shun wanted to go get Trinity Force, and the timing is just not quite there. So no one really cares about one Cloud Drake.
Bot side, so Peanut is always in range of his ultimate support, people like Zeka. It's made it really difficult for BLG to really open up on the map. Now BLG looking for the trade on map state with the Rift Herald being invested onto this bottom side.
Yep, that's going to be a turret going down. First turret blood over to HLE. That's going to give them a decent advantage, although it's answered immediately. So it is just that extra first turret gold that is able to be picked up as Arrow going to connect. And the immediate collapse comes down. Delight just didn't know what hit him. Cyclone comes comes on through as now Peanut's going to join. The paranoia is going to be there. The fear, it goes off as on, looks for that backline, but Zeka, it's a great sidestep, and the ulti comes through from the full health Seri. And oh dear, we may need to certify it as Doran is going to drop the lamppost on them a bit. He's got other things to say. It's a decent counter-strike, but is it going to be enough? He does take down on. He gets the double, but then he falls.
BLG absolutely pounce on the lagging time for everyone to jump on towards Viper, and on with this knock-up seals the deal for even more in BLG's favor.
Yeah, once those teleports started coming in, you knew it was on. They've been waiting so long for this fight in this game.
Yeah,
BLG
finally,
close to that red side win.
Yeah, some happiness coming out after turning things around here. 2,000 gold, 1,300 gold. I tell a lie, is going to be the advantage here as HLE looking to try and crash this one through as well. They should be able to take this down. 4Grub's going to be helping out there, of course. And Doran in the side lane is going to be very, very scary unless he gets hit by an arrow from downtown. The chain's going to connect as well. Delight just has to watch, but does provide a leap strike target. And Doran, they do get the turret, and he just makes his way out. Knight doesn't quite find the chain.
He should probably just start this. Bin also has perfect rage management before this fight. Gonna make sure it doesn't go down too low, get some hits on that mid wave.
Yep, and you've got a fair bit of vision available here for Hanwha Esports to be able to get on over. Try and do battle here for the first Mountain Dragon of the game. Teleport to come through here from Zeka, who just completes his Leandri's. That is 2-item spike done here for the Ari. Could be massive moving into this fight, but look at the Naba onto Bin. Keep your eyes on this now to see what he can get done there as Knight is going to hijack the Spirit Rush. Both teams ready for a battle here. Extendo Beam not going to quite find it there as the arrow will connect onto the Jax. They all dive forward. Can he get the counter-strike? And he does manage to do it, but he's still going to go down. There goes the Rel at the same time, and the Charm will connect, but the Charm does not matter. It's Knight that's able to pick up a double, and HLE, they are more than on the ropes now. They're going to lose their outer turret, and that could have been a game-ending play.
Internationally, Knight is known for
a better Ari than Ari.
Yeah, and it was HLE that told us that.
Incredible, and this time, this fight, I really think HLE needed to give it up, but they want to keep the train moving. They're going for Knight.
Yep, Charm is going to connect there as the chain lash not quite going to work out. Peanut is going to make him a little bit afraid as the Orb of Deception comes down. He's buying so much time as even Doran's going to make his way in. You can see Delight, he was right there. They didn't want to take any chances. They're still going to be able to take him down.
Realize they're behind and try and take some smart fights.
And that's why they're trying so hard to punish Knight on the side lane, because they need to try and deny this 1-3-1 setup. Maybe looking it on here.
Here we go.
Yeah, there's the paranoia to dive in. They should be able to take down Elk. There it goes. The Magnus Storm is going to come through as well. As there's the Cyclone. Shun trying to turn this one around is on. He's not going to be able to help out. Still, Viper is dead. And the teleport from Gigabin into that backline. Zeka nowhere to go. And he's just clobbered on the head. That is going to be HLE having to back out of that one and look
on the international stage, but now you're seeing why it's so feared domestically.
And they're going to be trying to set up with this Drake here. Currently, Bin, I'm trying to find him on the map, has no rage at the moment, so they don't have exactly the same setup, but as long as HLE doesn't start the Drake, they can start to get control.
I mean, he's 3-item mini now. He still is very dangerous, as it turns out, with this Wit's End that he's just completed. And yeah, Doran going to make his way in. Hanwha Esports not wanting to give away Soul Point here, especially when it's that Mountain Soul. Will make Bin almost impossible to kill. A Shun taking half of his health bar from Zeka here, who's already used his ultimate. Now that Nabar is looking brilliant. Oh, the Spirit Rush still comes down, but he's hit by the arrow. Knight gonna lock that one down. Delight cannot do anything about it. And they lose two. They'll lose the Drake at the same time. HLE are flailing.
Even more control by BLG. Another Ash Arrow by Elk. They are far ahead here in the disaster.
Yeah, I think that there's just something there. I don't think Doran can really figure it out against this guy. Bin just has extra confidence against this player. As now they've started off the Baron down to 50% as now Viper is starting this off. Let's see what they can actually get done here as Bin once again back to that Mega Nard. The counter-strike might be able to get something done, but no, he's just pushed away. And BLG, this phalanx that they can put together is brilliant. Yeah, might be a little bit of an opportunity here as some local gold from this turret as well is going to be helping out, opening up the map as well for them. Their domestic playoffs, right? It was just, we want this. We're just going to all move in. We are ready for a fight, and they are once again set up immediately.
Zeka lost ult there for basically nothing. Knight stole his ult, so they're panicking.
Yeah, they look for the backline. They dive onto where the money is, but that hop was gorgeous from Bin, and everyone else piles on to make sure that he's okay. He does lose a lot of his health bar, but he's still alive. Teleport at the ready as Doran diving on forward, doesn't find an engage angle. As they're looking to try and take down this dragon. This is so dangerous. Bin is only a matter of time to get back here. Shun not going to be able to steal it, but it's Viper that somehow takes the dragon. Doran flashes away, but the chains will meet him, and now Knight has them exactly where he wants them, going 1 versus 2, and he likes those odds. As it's Delight that's on the ground. Peanut now trying to walk away, gets the fear of Zeka. Not going to be able to do enough. They're underneath in a turret, and they're still destroying them.
Night 9 was in the name because it's 999 on the Rift right now. An incredible performance from the BLG mid laner. This guy is having a pop-off on the Silas.
They got the Ahri ultimate early, and then because BLG tried, because HLE tried so desperately to get on Bin, that was really their last chance. They were never going to win a straight-up 5v5.
To set up some sort of trap as another minion wave. Conga lines in, and BLG, this is as by the book as it gets, but it looks like no way in for HLE at all.
And this is what they look like domestically. Super strong solo laners, the pick from Elk.
Yeah, Arrow is going to be at least buffered there by Zeka. Paranoia does come down. Knight utilizing that one, has a hijack immediately. Well, almost immediately. Level 18 Silas just barely has a cooldown on that one, so we'll see what he's going to be picking up next.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to reset and then set up around Soul, unless...
the interruption on even the empowered recall. That is going to be Elk going down, and maybe HLE buying some space here. Item spikes are absurd as well. You got a death cap coming in from Knight. You've also got a Seeker's Arm Guard just casually there for Elk as well, so if they do dive on top of him again, he can go golden. Has a bit of an answer here, as now Peanut going to get stunned up here from Knight. This is a little bit too far forward. Does get the shield is on. Looks to try and buy some space. Peanut may have baited it though, as the ulti comes through from Viper. They take down the Nocturne, and now it's Zeka that's the target. Delight just trying to play Peel. Viper still alive for the moment. The arrow going to be tanked by Delight, and Viper will just get smacked down in the team fight. Knight will be able to get another Spirit Rush as Doran doing his best to try and play 1 versus 3, but it's not going to be enough. Or at least he's going to buy a little bit of space, but then the chain's going to catch him. And 3 left for BLG. That's going to be an ace, and they might be able to just walk down the bottom lane.
Doran desperately tried to keep the game alive there, but he couldn't get enough gold in his back pocket. And BLG are marching down on bot side, taking the red side game for themselves.
10 seconds on Peanut. He might be able to clear the wave. I think this is going to be it, though, for BLG.
This is a dangerous one. Knight has so much damage. Now that death cap's come in, the AP going to be obliterating these Nexus turrets. The Nexus will be exposed.
They got it.
He makes them nearsighted, but the Nexus, it's right next to them, and they'll be
Silas, but it's comfort galore for them.
That's another
More
circle.
circles, more
That's
circles.
a real scary circle as the Galio through here. Just a little bit of trivia for you, Shun. It's pretty good at Kindred, currently on a 69% win rate over 49 games. It's a lot of games.
It's another one of these kind of weird lane swaps, though. Bin's still level 1. They might be able to get this dive in fast before he can... He's saving his Counter-Strike.
Yeah, on making his way in. It's going to be a decent Counter-Strike usage, but they do manage to break away. There's the flash heroic charge as Peanut
It's tough.
gonna have to get himself out of there, as I think that this is going to be too much. Viper tanking up the turret, and the turret is getting real angry. Bin just getting experience as this is going. And can they actually make this one happen? Meganar is coming on in relatively soon. Another Counter-Strike comes down. They get out of the way as Doran about to hit Mega. Can they get it? There's first blood going over to Viper. The knockup comes in and Doran survives.
Barely Hanwha are able to make that work.
In trade for the grubs, we've seen this one agreed upon many, many times. And so BLG being able to pick up the first 3 as well means that it's only going to be an evened out grub situation, and for the first time we have no Void Mites, which is a bit sad because they're very cute.
It does mean that Zeka can't really approach this wave because Shun is already hooshing over. Hanwha trying to deny the dive from BLG in the bottom lane.
I think the biggest problems in games 2 and 3 was Bin pulling ahead of Doran. Hasn't happened as of yet. Viper also a little bit off to the races. He's been shut down in the last 2 games. And of course, Zeka's just on Silas. Maybe looking to make a play.
Oh yeah, the quickness looking to try and catch Shun here, as you can see. Level 8, so does have that Lamb's Respite available. It doesn't have to use it. It's going to remain on those Rift Scholars, so maybe one of them is able to pick up. Bottom side of the map is where the next one is. Knight and On moving up towards his top side of the map as Doran needs to build up that Naba. Peanut just wants to evict someone, and he is going to be able to do so. On going to be taking a little bit of a journey away, and Zeka's teleport will mean that the play does not work. However, they did have to invest that summoner spell.
Got to the bot side, though. They were looking at a potential TP in here behind Hanwha.
There's the TP!
Yeah, TP is going to come on through, and remember, Zeka does not have his. Doran doesn't have his. And I don't think Viper's going to be escaping this one. 3 versus 2. Delight just, yeah, he's getting out of there. Viper knows that he's the tastier target, so they're only going to lose that one.
And the Scuttle Crab is still there. Cancel that reset. So looks like BLG go for Dragon. Hanwha, potential trade for the topside turret here.
Yeah, it looks like Zeka without teleport. They had no intention of actually contesting for that Dragon. So it should be Earth, Wind, and Fire coming on through here as well. On the cards for BLG, who have already got those first couple of Dragons.
Peanut thinking of denying that second mark on this top side of the map as well. You can see the Scuttle Crab is there, but here comes the charge.
Yep.
Ripjar are going to take us and open up.
Over. That's going to make sure that BLG have control. And 1 minute away from Baron, topside vision could certainly be important as Zeka is sweeping things out. Knows that that ward is there, and now looking to try and get under the turret. There's the quickness. It goes down the heroic entrance to come on in, and Zeka with that quickness makes his way to safety, but the turret cannot do that because it can't move.
Yeah, the kill would have been the icing on the cake, but the point of that play for BLG was to actually kill the turret. They had a huge amount of tempo accumulated, they got deep vision in the jungle, and they just collapsed nicely to even that turret score. And I would say that as Delight gets engaged on.
Yeah, that's a grand entrance to come on through. Too many entrances here as the Magnet Storm is going to be the response. Viper, so much damage, and there goes Shun. Where was the respite? Lamb, what happened? Okay, well, that is just going to be a kill. And now Peanut is looking to steal away the enemy jungle at the same time. The smite is going to come through, and now...
That bottom side for Bin, though, means he gets to rotate across first. So BLG going to try and gain access to the wave here. But this is so dangerous because Peanut ultimate can separate the fight and immediately start things off with a flash stun onto Shun over a wall. So this is risky for BLG trying to take this position.
Not to mention the fact that now we've got the heroic entrance being put up. There's a taunt landing onto Delight there. It takes a fair bit of damage from that Acathian Rain.
It's kind of tough for HLE to get in. They have Meganar, which will allow them to walk through a little bit, but they still don't have a great way of entering. Knight's holding that flank, and the Drake's going down fast.
Yep, Knight can always join the rest of his team as well, so it doesn't matter that he is moving away. HLE are just going to try and brute force their way in as Zeka with that heroic entrance looking to come forward. That's going to be the steal to come through. The bullet time is interrupted, that they all pile in on top of Viper, and Elk executes him in that back line. Peanut picks up his buckler, gets that shield. Shun taking down Zeka is at full health, and Knight is now trying to beat him down. Doran trying to exit this fight as Zeka is just getting thrown around like a ragdoll. Lands one chain, but it ain't enough, and it's a triple kill for Elk.
In the battle of the 80.
That's going to bring them back to dead even in this game, gentlemen.
We've heard Emily talk about it on the desk, but to see this man become the player that he is absolutely incredible. It was constant limit testing when he was Jomong.
Oh my.
But now we might need to do it again as Hanwha.
They're flipping it.
They're just doing Baron.
Oh boy.
Well, let's see what Shun can actually do here. Of course, Kindred can cause some issues as now they get the information. They are going to rotate their way over. Hanwha Life Esports, are they looking for a turn or are they looking to burn? That's going to be the question. They break the blast cone. Has now been going to take the long way around. Does not have flash up and available. This should just be a 50-50. Is On going to get thrown away by that big Gnar. The taunt going to come down, lands only onto one as they get into the back line. The charm is beautiful here from Zeka. The bullet time this time will not be interrupted. And there goes the Galio. 4 versus 3 though now, as you can see, Peanut is down incredibly low. 3k health on the Baron, and Shun, he dived back into the pit. Viper still so incredibly healthy as in they go onto the Lamb's respite. The Baron is included in this one, but it's kills now. Shun is dead, and the Baron is over to HLE. They wipe the fight. They get the Baron.
Just flip it.
HLE start the Baron is fine.
The second that Kindred ult ends, and it means that they're able to bring it back.
Dandy are gonna need some Hanwha life insurance after this one. I think dangerous here. Shun wanting to take down Zeka. You can see representing that. Wants to be able to grab a mark there as now Zeka with that heroic entrance up and available. They are on the Dragon now. Good flank angle here from Bin, looking to make his way forward, but they're spotting it. They know what's going on. BLG do grab control of this Dragon though.
Bin's behind them.
Yeah.
They have no vision. They don't know where Bin is.
Yeah, Bin is now going to move on in. They spot him. That is going to be the Kindred locking down the Drake as now Doran. Decent position. Double circles. Double Gallios. Everyone's in the sky, but it's On that goes down now into the backline. Goes Bin. Elk's going to join in the supercharger for all of that value take down Viper, and the Lamb's Respite buys all the time in the world. HLE are now running for the hills. It's a double kill again for Elk, and the Kaiser is just massive in this game. They're not done yet. Knight gonna get slowed down as Doran is in so much trouble. That's another bonk on the noggin, and Bin will be able to take him down. Now, Zek, I don't think this turret is that safe because these guys are incredibly tanky, but Knight is by himself. So maybe Zeka just kind of kills him. We'll just have to see as the taunt will connect and his friends are going to right back in again with these chains as he's trying to turn it onto Shun. He goes golden. Shun is one auto from dead as they get the knock up the Kingslayer for the health. And oh my god, how is that so close?
It is punch for punch. It is circle for circle. It is everything thrown between these two teams. Or that could send you back home empty-handed.
As Peanut is really, the heroic charge Elk is going to get caught out, and with the steadfast presence he can't do anything, but the heroic entrance is going to be there, gets a decent knock up, but there's a Magnet Storm, as now it's Knight that's in trouble, doesn't have the same mobility as On, and he dies for his 80 carry sins.
Peanut with the play, he hides in the jungle of BLG.
How is he there? I feel like we came back from looking at this beautiful stadium, and then Peanut is just there.
But these are the same traps Hanwha set for FlyQuest, the same traps that are catching BLG, and just when it looks like BLG had got their footing, it's Hanwha fighting.
I think they just get this Baron uncontested.
Well, we'll see what they can actually do here as the teleport in. They do not want to give this one away. The Void Seeker is going to miss. And Life Esports Doran on a decent flank angle here. He's going to charge up that Navar as Bin with a counter-strike. Doesn't land it onto too many as now Zeka threatening with the quickness. And Doran's hit that Mega Nut. Bin, he goes down first. One after the other. They're looking to try and take them down. As Life Esports move back towards the Baron. Doran tanking up these Baron shots. And Shun is so dangerous.
I mean, the Baron resets. I think HLE could have stolen it.
Knight TP back in as well. He's trying to get the flank opportunity. The 80 carries are just
gonna
working.
hit it.
Yeah, Shun is looking for a mark in the meantime. That's why we're zooming out so incredibly far. The teleport in from Doran. He's charged up all of that health once again. Missed time from On. Doesn't find the grand entrance. The Baron once again going down. Shun, good position. Dives towards Delight. Delight is going to be okay for the moment. Decent grand entrance is going to connect there as now Peanut gets the heroic charge into the wall. Knight going to take down Delight. They trade these supports as Viper in the Baron pit gets a full channel, and Knight is buying so much time. Elk is also so incredibly strong. It's another one into the wall. The Lamb's Respite to keep them alive, but another set of knockups. This time from Zeka and Elk. Can you do it again? Is he going to find it? The chain is going to miss. The GA comes down. He takes out Viper. This is one. Elk is going to dive and he saves the game.
The double 80 carries never really left Worlds. BLG to hold Hanwha off the Baron.
Holy moly. All right, and now we're back towards the soul point. So
soul point.
Here we go. Shun already starting this one up. And BLG, everyone can get in at a moment's notice. Teleports down for Knight, does not matter. Heroic entrance going to be there. There it is. But On is immediately dead. Now Knight in an awkward position, but Bin with that counter-strike.
Peanuts.
It's the ulti to come through from Zeka as well, but already Viper is out of this one. Elk is going to be traded. It's even footing now for the start of it, as Peanut's down incredibly low, but he runs pretty quickly, and it's Doran that's going to go down first. Giga Bin is now amongst it. He's the one that has to carry this one through as Delight running the wrong direction, and it's once again Zeka against the world, as Delight is trying to canter his way out of this one, and he might be able to get that flash off to escape. As the rest of BLG,
he's trying to buy time.
Chasing him down. That's going to be it. The Dance of Arrows comes on through, and there's nothing that Zeka's going to be able to do about it. This should be Mountain Soul for BLG, and maybe a game-breaking win in this game.
It might just be the win. I don't see, with how close these fights have been, how you can overcome the Mountain Soul. Zeka Worlds groups, Worlds quarters, Worlds in general is doing it.
And Wei could not have done this. It's Shun coming.
The game state should be a massive balloon of wealth to be put into this red side team. BLG look to crash down this top side.
Baron and Soul, HLE have to get such a massively clean engage, and even then, there's so much that can buy time. Galio, Kindred.
Wallop going to come on through
Not
there
as
now Zeka looking for Knight, but he's so tanky. This just takes way too long to try and take down the Galio as Void Seeker going to connect onto Doran.
Bin is in the bot side.
Yeah, and Bin is just going to demolish this turret, absolutely. Past goes Peanut. going to be able to absorb the counter-strike, but look at this, it's just all of the structures falling one after the other. Inhibitor 1 will go down, Inhibitor 2 soon to follow. And BLG, this has been what they've been so good at this series. That's just playing the map, and they have the control in order to do so. I think dotting these I's and crossing these T's shouldn't be too much of a problem.
And wiping these brows when this is all done, my word.
Oh my goodness.
They must be stressed as nice. Focused once more.
Yeah, Bin looking for that wraparound as well, on wanting that flank angle. See whether he can get in there, as Shun, you can see, wanting to try and find an avenue in. More Void Seekers going to be connecting here from Elk. And they are really starting to hurt. Knight going to finish off this Inhibitor because we know he can just heroic entrance to try and find more. HLE, you have to fight now if you want to try and keep your world's dreams alive. This is it. It is do or die, and BLG, they can sense a rematch with Weibo. Decent interruption there as Bin can't come on through, and the channel of the bullet time is good, but Zeka kind of whiffs the heroic entrance, and BLG just stand back. They play patient, and they remove the last Inhibitor, and they're now looking for Nexus turrets. So many buttons now on cooldown for Hanwha Esports. I think they've run out. BLG feels like the game hasn't let us, but Shun is so incredibly powerful now, despite not having very many marks early on. He has 7 at this point in the game, and he can shoot them from so incredibly far away. One Nexus turret stands in the way.
Trying to walk it in.
Between BLG and another date with Weibo in a best of 5, and they're pretty good at those. They're now going to dive in, looking to finish this one off. Already the turret is going to be taken down. Peanut finds a decent ultimate. Yep, that's just the Nexus rush. That BLG, they'll take down LCK's first seed and move to semifinals.
These were the best highlights from today's Worlds 2024 matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say okay. See you on the next one.